Well, the snow's aching to fall, the hawk's starting to bite. You said we're through on a Tuesday night. I should be crying in some corner bar, but I'm headed to a club that ain't too far to get my heart broke proper, get it understood. Gonna feel this hurt so good, Chicago style. Gonna find a band that swings with all its might under a ceiling of low tobacco light. Let a saxophone man rip my soul in two with a solo that's older than the L train's blue. Gonna sweat it out on a postage stamp floor till my feet are sore and my spirit's raw. That's the recipe in this town. I would for a hurt so good, Chicago style. It ain't a whimper, it's a shouting to the wind. Go on, break it, baby, so it can bend. It's a fall on the floor, testifying beat that turns a bitter loss to something sweet. A polish on the paint, a grace in the grit, dressed up in a rhythm that just won't quit. Yeah, you make it swing, make it loud, make it wild. This hurt so good, Chicago style. I'll tip the band to play our song again. Let the memory rush in like the rain on Lake Michigan. I laugh with strangers, buy a too expensive drink, pour the poison down the sink of a commuter think. Cause mourning here ain't a solitary thing, it's a chorus that a whole damn city sing. Shouting to the wind, go on, break it, baby, so it can bend. It's a four on the floor, testifying beat that turns a bitter loss to something sweet. A polish on the paint, a grace in the grit, dressed up in a rhythm that just won't quit. Yeah, you make it swing, make it loud, make it wild. This hurt so good, Chicago style. Some towns let you curl up and quietly bleed. This one says, get up, son, meet the need. To transmute the sorrow, fire it in the groove. Find your salvation in the move. It's a defiance wrapped in a blues chord, thanking the Lord for what you can't afford. So let the horns blast, let the drummer smile. Let the city have my heart for a little while. I wear this bruise like a badge of honor should. Yeah, a hurt so good, a real hurt so good. Chicago style. glass house lights been flicked off the wall. The bar keeps gone, he let the back door fall. The neon's buzzing, a slow sleepy sound. Just our two shadows stretching on the ground. In the heart of Bronzeville, the hour's overdue. It's 3 a.m. at the Checkerboard, dancing just us two. The jukebox died half an hour ago, but we still hear the ghost of a howling wolf show. Just the tap of your heel, the scuff of my soul, and the rhythm of a heartbeat we can't control. You rest your head where my shoulders worn through. 3 a.m. at the Checkerboard, dancing just us two. Ain't no band left to play our last request. Ain't no crowd left to see us look our best. Just the dust in the spotlight, the old floorboard creak, and the future too tired and the past grown too weak. The whole world's asleep, or it just don't have a clue. It's 3 a.m. at the Checkerboard, dancing just us two. We could be ghosts ourselves from 65, when this place was electric and alive. Just an echo now, a memory held tight in the slow dragging shuffle through the pale blue light. Holding on to the melody we thought we knew. At 3 a.m. at the Checkerboard, dancing just us two. The spotlight, the old floorboard creak, and the future too tired and the past grown too weak. The whole city's asleep, or it just don't have a clue. It's 3 a.m. at the Checkerboard, dancing just us two. They'll come tomorrow with their mops and their keys, chase out the spirits on the breeze. They won't find nothing but some scuffs on the wood where two fools stood and understood that sometimes the deepest blues ain't sung aloud. They're just a slow turn in a silent crowd. So let the sun wait, let the L train pass on through, just as hollowed out all me and you. One last slow circle before the night is through. 3 a.m. Checkerboard, dancing just us two. razor blade across the floor, highlights the ghost of you beside my door. Not your shape, no, but the space you left behind, a hollow in the sheets, messing with my mind. And 2 pieces of evidence, clear as day in the gloom, cigarette ash and perfume. You didn't say goodbye, not with any words, just the hiss of a match, the song of a bird. You'd pause at the mirror, a cloud in your wake, a final adjustment for your own sweet sake, leaving me a signature in this dusty room, cigarette ash and perfume. Fade in my lonely tomb, cigarette ash and perfume. I could open the window, let the whole thing blow clean, start this damn day fresh, if you know what I mean. But there's something about that blend of smoke and bloom that holds the ghost of you in this empty room, a poison I can't bring myself to exhume, cigarette ash and perfume. Sophisticated kind of despair, the scent of a memory, soft and expensive and sad, mixed with the burn of a habit you had, the last 2 things to fade, sealing my doom, cigarette ash and perfume. Just disappear. The promises, the laughter, the forever, my dear. But the small things linger, stubborn and cruel. The phantom touch of something you can't refute. Just a gray scattered dust in a faded bloom, a delicate, damnable residue of glue. So I'll let the sun climb, let the dust motes dance, hold my own vigil for this lost romance. 2 silent witnesses to how the night was consumed, cigarette ash perfume, just ash and perfume. Coming up, they're stacking all the chairs, sweeping up the peanut shells and last night's empty stairs. The hard players packed his case, took the 43rd Street bus, leaving nothing but this silence and the two of us. Yeah, the two of us. You're tracing circles in the ring, your glass left on the wood, saying things you don't mean, but you're saying them awful good. Your one more story turned into 3 or 4. Now the jukebox is dark and they're mopping up the floor. They're mopping up the floor. It's last call at Theresa's, and you're still here. The whole world's gone home, darling, all that's left is fear. The bartender's counting down, shooting us a look of pity and spite. It ain't the blues on the stage, honey, it's the blues in this lonely light. Last call at Theresa's, and you're still here. You talk about your man who's gone, the job you left behind, pouring all your sad tomorrows in the dregs that you can find. I'm just a fool on a stool, buying time I can't afford, listening to a promise that can never be restored, can't be restored. Persevere. The neon's bleeding Budweiser in a puddle on the street, and all I got to take with me is this bittersweet defeat. Last call at Theresa's, and you're still here. They'll turn the big lock over, send us out into the cold. Another chapter written in a story getting old. Will we share a cab to nowhere, just a nod and walk apart, with this empty final feeling clenching tight around my heart? Yeah, the sign says thank you, come again, but we both know what that means. Just ghosts now in a forgotten scene. Last call, last everything, and you're still here, just you and the echo and the fear. Last call, last call. call.
A catastrophic failure of the soul's foundation. Love like a live wire, humming in the rain. Love like a live wire, the sweet electric pain. Just a humming and a buzzing. in a backroom club where the air is thick with the ghost of a laugh and a comedic trick. She's a paradox wrapped in a spotlight's grin. My love's a second city siren. Her tears are time for the third act fall. Her heartache scripted to play to the wall. She'll break your heart with a perfect pause, then wink at the crowd just cause. She trades in truth with a liar's art, leaving you guessing what's earnest and what's part of the grand performance, the nightly show. The one thing I'll never truly know. My love's a second city siren, sells your tragedy with a wire inside it. Her I miss you lands like a punchline sting. Her forever just a temporary thing. She bows out smiling under the applause while I'm left deciphering her dramatic laws. Yeah, she's always on, even when we're alone. My second city siren. She rehearses heartbreak till it's smooth and true, makes soul pain sparkle and feel brand new. I'm her straight man in a private skit, never sure if my lines are written or legit. Is that kiss an improv or a well-worn bit? The spotlight's off, but the characters fit. Of one, a guaranteed laugh when the real world's done. But the curtain won't fall on the scene in my chest. This unscripted ache is my very best, unrehearsed and messy, a blues without end. For a performer who only plays to pretend. Take a bow, my darling, you've killed tonight. Left this fool standing in the stage light. My love's a second city siren, and her greatest role is keeping me lying awake in the dark, wondering what was her and what was just art. deep down in the ground. A sound you feel before it's a sound. Wakes you up when you're almost asleep. A promise that the dark won't get too deep. Yeah, you can set your watch by the ache in the track. My love's an L train, always coming back. Lives on a loop, on a circle of steel. Says she's gotta travel, says it's just how she feels. She'll shake this whole building, rattle the glass. A hurricane passing in a 3-minute pass. Then she's just an echo on the southbound track. My love's an L train, always coming back. She rolls in thunder, leaves in her side, lit up with neon against a bruised purple sky. I'm just a station, worn through and worn down. She's the loudest damn heart in this whole entire town. Coming round the bend, shaking the slack. My love's an L train, always coming back. Other passengers I see in her eyes. Oh, the stops to make me these city skies. I hear them laughing, I see the door slide. I just stand on the platform, swallow my pride. Watch her fade to a red tail light in the black. My love's an L train, always coming back. She rolls in thunder, leaves in her side, lit up with neon against a bruised purple sky. I'm just a station, worn through and worn down. She's the loudest damn heart in this whole entire town. Coming round the bend, shaking the slack. My love's an L train, always coming back. They say someday they'll retire this line, bury the tracks, make the old pathways fine. But she's in my bones now, she's part of the map. This circling ghost on a circular track. A scheduled sorrow I can't live without. A rattling doubt I'll hear out. Yeah, hear her now, that long lonesome moan, hurting down the iron, heading home. Always almost here, always heading away, but she'll return with the break of day. My love's an L train, yeah, my love's an L train. Always coming back. dress, polished like a Sunday shoe. Top floor view where the sky is blue. Italian suit hangs on a walnut frame. A silver nameplate, got no given name, but you can call him the Riverside Drive Loverman. He don't drink whiskey from a jelly glass. No, his bourbon breathes in imported crystal glass. Got a smile that's calibrated a perfect practice start. A timetable for stealing every hopeful heart. He's a specialist, this Riverside Drive Loverman. Oh, Riverside Drive Loverman, your engine's always warm, taking passengers through the glamour and the storm. But you never cross the bridge, you never leave the shore. Just drop them at the curb when they start to ask for more. A smooth ride, Riverside Drive Loverman. He'll quote you poetry neath the moon so full and low. Talk about futures only he could ever know. His penthouse is a stage, a softly silk design, a temporary harbor for this heart of mine. I was just another port for the Riverside Drive Loverman. Passengers through the glamour and the storm. But you never cross the bridge, you never leave the shore. Just drop them at the curb when they start to ask for more. A scenic route, Riverside Drive Loverman. Now the rain's streaking down that long tall glass, watching the taillights of the taxis pass. He ain't cruel, no, that's too plain a word. He's just a beautiful, empty, wandering bird in a gilded cage of his own design. Yeah, the keys were never mine to keep. Just borrowed promises sold so cheap. So let that river roll on by, as cold and deep as it began. A smooth, cool, lonely Riverside Drive Loverman, just a silhouette against the dawn. Riverside Drive Loverman, and he's already gone. Well, the sun don't rise in this part of town. It just turns the smoke a rusty brown. I punch the clock with the ghosts and the grime, and I think about her every single time. My steel mill sweetheart burning bright. She don't wear silk, she wears sparks in her hair. Got a smile that could melt a foundry stare. Her kiss tastes of coke dust and midnight again. She's the fire in my furnace, the break in my shift, the one gift this gray world ever gives. Oh, my steel mill sweetheart, heart like a blast, a love that's built forever, meant to last. While the cranes swing and the whistles moan, she's the only thing I can call my own. In a life of iron, soot and dark, she's a single, steady, stubborn spark. They say this town's a cage of brick and beam, a rusted out, obsolete dream. But she sees a kingdom in the port steel glow, a future in the embers burning slow. We make our own light where the sun's afraid to fall, against these cold and century walls. Steady, stubborn spark. Maybe the world outside sees just the dirt and the dead, sees a love they think we ought to forget. But what do they know of a bond that's been tempered and tried, forged in the same fire, side by side? We're survivors of the flame, baby, you and me, the last two ingots from a cool down sea. Yeah, yeah. When the last mill silences its groan, and they pave over the bedrock we've known, they'll just find two shadows holding tight, burning with a permanent light. My steel mill sweetheart, my steady flame, my steel mill sweetheart, always the same. on the icy line. A cold wind whips down this street of mine. My coffee's cold as that L train steel. Got a lonely heart with a broken wheel, and it's all on account of a windy city woman. She had a smile sharp as the Wrigley lights, eyes that held those Michigan nights. Talk about futures big and grand, with the slick, smooth tongue of a market man. Oh, she rode me round like a windy city woman. Oh, windy city woman, blowing through my soul. You built me up just to watch me fold. 1 minute sunshine, next minute sleep, leaving nothing on this empty street except the echo of your goodbye and a low mean sky. She loved the rush, the dollar chase, in that concrete canyon, that hurry pace. Said, baby, this town waits for no man's dreams. Now I'm just a shadow in the neon streams, left behind by that windy city woman. Of her precise decision, but this chill I feel, well, it's here to stay. Long after that lake effect blows away, yeah, the hawks got my baby, took her clean away. Now the hawks got me, and it looks like he's here to stay. Just a lonely man and a mournful sound in this town, this wind-whipped town. Oh, that windy city woman's gone. from a cheap guitar choir. Walk through this world on a volume of 2. faded shade of blue. Till you plugged me in, checked the cable was true. Now baby, you're my amplifier. You saw the potential in the static and hum, the raw, quiet signal of what I'd become. You twisted the knobs with a delicate hand, understood the circuits that I didn't understand, brought out a tone that I didn't know was there, a clean, pure power from the dirty air. So turn me up, baby, make the windows shake, let every tube in my soul glow and ache. Take this quiet man, this background drone, and make me a hurricane on my own. You're the connection, the juice, the fire. You're my amplifier. Without you, I'm just a hum on the floor, a dead channel, an unmarked door. But with your touch, I'm a wall of sound, every broken place in me beautifully found. You take my feedback, my distortion, my pain, and turn it into a sweet driving rain. Turn me up, baby, make the windows shake, let every tube in my soul glow and ache. Take this quiet man, this background drone, and make me a hurricane all my own. You're the connection, the juice, the fire. You're my amplifier. Say love's a gentle thing, a soft, sweet song. But what we got, darling, is powerful and strong. It's a Marshall stack on a stadium stage, a truth-telling scream on a weathered page. You don't just hear me, you make me ring true. Every frequency of me answers to you. So keep my signal strong, don't let it dim, be my power source, my eternal whim. Let this feedback loop of love never stop, from the first one pop to the final drop. You're my ground, my gain, my one true desire. My everything, my amplifier. Soul for a little bit more, saving every nickel, skipping every lunch, taking every double, accepting every punch. 'Cause a promise is a promise, and I gave up my word.
She'd have a stone fit for a queen, never seen by no slaughterhouse bird. Felt that velvet box burn a hole in my coat. All the way home catching the last riverboat. She was sitting at the window, the moonlight was a crown. I got down on one knee in our part of town, slipped that ice on her finger, watched her eyes start to gleam with a rock that cost me more than a year of bad dreams. Yeah, I got the diamond pinky ring blues for my queen. It's a heavy, shiny weight, know what I mean. It sparkles in the bar light, tells a story untrue of a palace on the lake instead of this cold water flat we're in, just us two. It's a beautiful heart and lonely thing, these diamond pinky ring blues for my queen. Now she shines dishwater hands under the bulb, rubs that diamond like a worry, like she's trying to solve a problem that can't be solved by a carat of light. It's a lighthouse on a finger in the middle of the night, guiding in the guilt on a sea of what if and when, reminding me what a man's love costs again and again. Double till the calluses sing to pay for the dream in that diamond